Hey guys, just been a couple of weeks it seems like since I posted an update on this couple, this pair, and they've each had several crickets and several superworms, but they're still going, so I'm gonna let them eat a little bit more. But it occurred to me that we saw a veiled chameleon yesterday. Chattanooga Ed and I did at the pet store that we were at, and it was for sale as with all of its belongings. No, I didn't get it, but Ed was remarking about how big that female was, and I thought that the male here was probably 3/4 her size, but he is actually as big or bigger than that senior female. Oh, I know they hate it when they get the oatmeal. They have to eat it off their sticky tongues. These are some new containers of superworms, and they're easy to feed when they're full. So I can get kind of a profile of him. He's still and always will be bigger than her, but they were getting a little testy with each other, and that's what made me think I wish people could see how they argue and they bite each other and step on each other's faces, and they don't seem to hurt each other badly, but they are siblings. I think it's just normal behavior. She looks like she's getting ready to step on him. Yeah. They're a lot of fun to watch. That finally filled them up, I think. Or there are no more worms right on top. No, there are plenty of them on top there. You guys finally full. Those crickets that you hear are new crickets that I got, and they really love them. And the crickets are a whole lot calmer than the other kind I've had. I forget the name of these, but they have stripes on them. And I can carry them over on some of their habitat structure, and they don't try to jump off or get away. In fact, they just kind of freeze, and it's really easy for these guys then to help themselves. But yeah, I just got 100 of them. Probably still have 70, 75 of them left. Got them a couple of days ago, so they're going through them. Also feed them to the Gomez, of course. He always eats more than her, and I always make sure he does, because he's, as I said, quite a bit bigger. Let's see, these guys are September, October, November, December, January. The end of this month, they're going to be 6 months old. So they're definitely juveniles and approaching adult size pretty soon. I think by the first year you can expect them to mate. I've got to get her a nest box in there soon. They lay eggs. Veiled chameleons. I'm pouring out some of the oats. If I pour out a worm, they'll go down and find it. There are several stray crickets in here. I see 3 from where I'm standing down in the bottom, and they'll go down. They'll be down there hunting them in the morning when I get up. Is that it, guys? All right. And after all that, I don't have a mister. I'm the mister. A mister as in misting water. So they'll be ready for a nice big drink of water off these plastic leaves, and they look forward to. They're not real fond of being sprayed. See them holding their tails up. She really doesn't like to look at her. I barely got her tail, but he doesn't mind as long as it's a fine mist. He really doesn't mind. All right there, guys. Guy and girl, I should say. Leave the door open just a moment. It's 5 minutes. It's a lot to ask. ask people to watch. He's all hunched up there and holding on to the fake vine, so he's not stretched out to his, doesn't look nearly as big as he is. She's not as bent. You can see the size difference with them, not even stretching out. They're sleepy. Better get you a drink. You want me to close it, don't you? But yeah, she crawled all over my hand just a few minutes ago, coming over to get a couple crickets off of me. So never, ever, ever, since the first day or so I got them, never try to touch them. And it's paid off because they're not afraid of me. They have no truck with me, as they say. They want to get on me, they do. Usually if I move though, they're like, oops, it's him. And they get away from me. She looked like she was headed down to get water. Maybe if I back on up a little bit. She's like it's a trap. I know that it's a trap. But I spray 3, sometimes 4 times a day in there. They don't have any standing water. But you see they didn't rush to the water. They're not thirsty. Not desperate for water. Of course, they get hydration from their crickets. That's definitely not enough to sustain them. And the superworms. You know, if you noticed a couple of times when he bit down, some of the body fluid squirted, but luckily not at me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this up, guys. There's nothing else to see, and I've rambled for 7 minutes. Was hoping they'd go down and drink some water, but I think they're not because I'm standing here talking. They definitely make sure I'm away from them when they drink, because they're kind of upside down and not paying attention to what's going on around them, which is smart. All those crickets are singing in stereo. They don't bother me at all. I bet they're driving you guys crazy. Alright, take care. Let's enjoy all of our pets, our hobbies. And I'll see you in the very next video soon.